I have sit here and listened to the video comment by Keith Olbermann, Mr. Bush, shut the hell up. I've also read a number of the comments made here on the site from some right-wing, neocon, George Bush-loving fellow Americans. And I say to you, how can you sit there in your home, at your computer, in your comfortable place, and defend George W. Bush? We entered Iraq illegally. We entered Iraq under false pretenses. Iraq was no major threat to the United States of America. Saddam Hussein did not target the United States of America. Saddam Hussein did not participate in the attacks of 9/11 on the United States of America. Saddam did not support, defend, or supply the Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden with any weapons of mass destruction. He did not possess, at the time of our attack, any weapons of mass destruction. This is a fact that was proven and verified by the administration of George W. Bush. Thousands of men and women have given their lives honorably in defense of this rogue president, George W. Bush. George W. Bush has taken our country from being one of the most powerful, beloved, and sought to be like countries in the world to one of the biggest disgraces this world has ever seen. Yet you sit in your home, you sit in your office, and you defend his antics. You defend how he run this country. You defend him placing our men and women in the line of harm in the nation of Iraq. This entire time, Osama bin Laden and the Al-Qaeda have regrouped their forces. The Al-Qaeda is now stronger. The Al-Qaeda is now back. Afghanistan was left to burn. Afghanistan was left with just a mere 30 to 40,000 troops. Our battle was in Afghanistan. Our battle was against Osama bin Laden and all those that targeted the United States of America on 9/11. Our battle was all those that protected and harbored Osama bin Laden and his network. Did George W. Bush do the right thing and defend those that died on 9/11? No. He used this opportunity to attack the nation of Iraq. It is a given idea, in fact, that Osama bin Laden, that Hussein was a bad guy. He was a horrible son of a gun. But he did not threaten the United States of America. He did not threaten the security of our interest in this world, and he did not threaten the security for which we enjoy each and every day we live in the United States of America. We should never have attacked Iraq. We should never have invaded Iraq. We should have completed the job we started in Afghanistan. George W. Bush has spent a lot of times in the last 8 years saying how he wants to be like Ronald Reagan and how Ronald Reagan was his mentor. Well, President Bush, you didn't listen very well to President Reagan. You didn't read enough books and you didn't do enough work surrounding the history of President Reagan. Had President Reagan been in your position after 9/11, there wouldn't be no Iraq. What there would be a total total destruction of any and all nations that harbors and protects the Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. You, Mr. Bush, didn't do that. For those of you who want to sit there and you want to chastise Keith Olbermann, I want you to think about this. I want you to stop and think about every man and woman that died on 9/11. Think about the fact that they gave their lives in a situation for which they could not control. And think about the fact that we justifiably attacked Afghanistan and then walked the hell away. Did we go and we go after Osama bin Laden the way we did Saddam Hussein? Found him in a hole in the ground? No, we didn't do that. What we did is we allowed a coward, a disgrace of a president, George W. Bush, go into Iraq and do the wrong thing. When you sit there and you defend George Bush in attacking Iraq and Afghanistan, Iraq and Saddam Hussein, you're simply saying Afghanistan didn't matter. Mr. Olbermann, you're a good guy. And I'm one American who believes that Keith Olbermann would make a hell of a president. Better than George Bush ever been. But you know, there's one thankful thing. January 20th, 2009 is a new beginning for this country. That's when that disgrace, that piece of trash, that total disrespect to the office for which he holds, George W. Bush, can go back to Texas where he belongs, where he should stay, and so that once and for all in the history of America, he can, like Mr. Olbermann said, truly shut the hell up.